You know, say I don't like to curse, right? But felt like starting this video off by saying Bombarasclat. Listen, I have a lot of talking points in this video. For those of you who cringe when you hear Bombarasclat, just know say it's a way that Jamaican people express themselves. It's not necessarily derogatory. It's just vibes of expression. A car driving down the street really fast and it crashes into a tree, make a big explosion. You think somebody might be dead in that car. The average Jamaican would say Bombarasclat, right? So let's not take things out of context. With that said though, this is an immigration video, and the United States of America, mainly the man who is in command, the man of the moment right now, Mr. Donald Trump, is not playing around. He's not playing around with Jamaicans. He's not playing around with anybody else at all. Let's get right into the material. Please stay close and pay attention to the many talking points that will be discussed during this very interesting video. I don't know how to say it. Go pull up a chair, roll up a spliff. Light a no, don't light no thinking cigarette. And Professor put light a spliff. Fix a drink. Come on into the room. Sit down. Listen to this, please. All right. We start off by going over to news out of Jamaica, which also is the same news printed in the United States of Jamaica or the United States of America. At this point, I sound confused. I talk about United States of Jamaica because there are going to be a lot of Jamaicans in Jamaica talking about United States of Jamaica. They are going to get deported so fast their heads are going to spin. They're not going to know if they're in Jamaica or the US. That's the plan. The headline says more than 5,000 Jamaicans have now been issued with final removal orders from the US. 5,000, you know? Remember, you know, this is just getting started. They're just warming up. Donald Trump just took power the 20th of January 2025, 9 days ago. 5,000 Jamaicans on the menu. I mean, I talk about menu for Nyam. On the list to be deported right now. As it stands, it says that a little over 5,000. To be exact, I'll give you the numbers in a second. A little over 5,000 Jamaicans are listed among more than 1.4 million non-citizens in the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement non-detained docket with final orders of removal. This is in their non-detained docket. That means the final order of removal has been served, but these people are not in custody. So the ICE agents who are out in the streets are looking for them actively. You know what's going on right now. Who used to stay at this address don't move already if they plan to stay on the run. Man, I run from New York or Miami right now. Man, I run from Miami to New York right now. Man, running from South Carolina to Atlanta right now. Just trying to get away from any address or relatives that they have on record. Or maybe hiding in the house. But a dangerous place to hide still. According to the documents that were published by ICE, as of November 24th of last year, there were 5,120 Jamaican nationals who would be targeted for removal under this new immigration system. 5,120 is the exact numbers. I'm saying to myself, well, little Jamaica gonna do with 5,120 Jamaican if they round them up. As aggressive as Trump's ICE agents are going, if they round up 5,120 Jamaicans and send them back one time, guess what? There's a whole lot more here who they're going to round up as well. The island is also listed among 11 countries that are considered to be at risk of non-compliance in accepting the return of their nationals. That's a lie. Again, it says Jamaica is listed among 11 countries that are considered to be at risk of non-compliance in accepting. In other words, the government of that country might say, we don't want these people here. That's a lie. Jamaica government has never said we don't want these people here. And that's one of the big problems actually. They take everybody. Jamaica are taking people who is not even Jamaican that got deported to Jamaica, and that is no bullshit. Listen, we have to laugh, right? Jamaica has even taken in people who are not Jamaican who got deported to Jamaica. Remember the story I told you about the man from Great Britain who did how many years for murder? He said he had reformed himself, but when time came for him to get released from prison in the UK, they gave him deportation papers to Jamaica. He argued with them for a month or two pending his deportation, saying, listen, I was born and raised in the UK. I don't know where you're sending me, mate, because I've never been to Jamaica. But the man said eventually, because they kept pressing it, he done did over 20 years in prison already. So he was like, man, frig it. Send me to Jamaica. All I've ever known about Jamaica is beaches and pretty girls and big body woman and nice life. So it can't be no worse than this prison right here. So he took a chance and he let them deported him. That man ended up begging England to take him out of Jamaica. Then he started knocking on the door. Yo, please come get me. I told y'all I wasn't I told y'all I wasn't from here. I don't know why y'all sent me here. Alright, I'm done playing. His whole story was told in a video we did recently. He ended up having a very hard time in Jamaica, and it was nothing like the movies, music videos, or the romanticized stories he heard before. But my point is, Jamaica take back even not take back, took people who weren't even born there. So for them to put us in the US news and say Jamaica is listed among 11 countries that are considered to be at risk of non-compliance in accepting the return of their nationals, that's pure propaganda and a lie. Anyways, the Caribbean island of St. Lucia is also included on that list. We don't know about St. Lucia business, but St. Lucia is a part of the Caribbean, and we deal with Caribbean affairs. Mainly Jamaican affairs, but Caribbean all around, right? ICE, the deporting people, noted that while at risk of non-compliance, countries accept removals. They fail to meet one or more cooperative country criteria, which may include delaying the issuance of travel documents or refusing to accept certain categories of their nationals or not accepting chartered removal flights. There has been renewed focus on documented immigrants in the U.S. following the execution of Donald Trump's administration's plan to impose severe limits on immigration. In the meantime, what you should know here is like this. Trump ain't playing no games. He'll do like this. Oh, you don't want to take back those 5,000 Jamaicans that we got rounded up? Well, guess what? Nobody else could get a visa to come back into the U.S. No student visas, no work visas, no nothing until you take your people back, right? And then, of course, there are also tariffs that could be put on and sanctions that could be put on. So Jamaican government, honestly, are probably afraid of all those things. So they have to play nice and take whoever comes back. We're going to talk about that deeper in a minute. Who's coming back, the conditions in which they'll be sent back, how this will impact Jamaica, a small island, on a community level and even on a bigger level. So in the meantime, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement has listed several other Caribbean countries whose citizens are also facing deportation. So let Jamaica know that we are not the only ones, because at the top of the list, you have Haiti, 32,363 individuals, followed by the Dominican Republic with 12,699 individuals, and Jamaica, of course, not to be left out, is in third place with 5,100 plus individuals. You know how Jamaica stay already, right? We have to in at the top three all the time. Gold, silver, or bronze, that's a few style. No, me have to laugh. Alright, so there are also smaller Caribbean nations who are also featured on this list, including Barbados. Barbados has about not about, the numbers are specific as they have been released. 151 Barbadians are on the deportation list. St. Lucia has 202, and Grenada has 149. Remember, you know, Jamaica number big, you know. Deported Jamaica number is 5,120. St. Lucia, only 202. Grenada, only 149. Compared to Jamaica, 5,000. Mexico actually leads the global list with a staggering 252,044 Mexican citizens who have been issued deportation orders to leave the United States of America. Caribbean governments have been urged to be proactive and to put some contingency plans in place to receive their nationals, because this is not normal. And the numbers that they'll be sent back in is no normal numbers. Let's talk about the numbers they'll be sent back in. Let's talk about the impact. Forced mass expulsion of Jamaican nationals under ICE enforcement and removal operations, or the ERO group, have jumped nearly 1,450%. Checks have uncovered, up from 446 deportations in 2024 fiscal year, which began in 2023 and ended in last September. So in one space, this is to show you the impact that's about to happen to Jamaica. I want you to wrap your mind around this, right? Jamaica is used to having an average of 1,000 to 1,300 to 500 people per year deported to Jamaica. And that consists of all the usual suspects countries combined. That's Canada, the UK, other parts of Europe, and the USA combined. If you look at the numbers of Jamaicans deported to Jamaica from the United States of America, you're looking at 446 for 2024. So 446 for 2024. Usually that's around the average that is shipped into Jamaica, right? Right. Now, to go from that 400 plus, which is your average, to suddenly receiving, say, 5,000 at once, you can see how Jamaica might not be prepared to handle this large number. Let me run down some of the numbers for you real quick as the list has been published, right? These are all the people, numbers who have been issued deportation orders to leave the United States of America. Antigua and Barbuda, they had 110. Aruba, 2. Bahamas, 426. Barbados, 151. Belize, 899 people. Bermuda, 10. Cayman Islands, only 2. Costa Rica, 2,116. Dominica, 104. Dominican Republic, 12,699. El Salvador, 203,822. French Guyana, 6. Grenada, 149. Guadeloupe, 12. Guatemala, 253,413. This is deported in 1 year. Guyana, 1,236. Haiti, 32,363. Honduras, 261,651. Jamaica, 5,120. Wow. Listen, no, this is the list of those who, as at November 2024. Okay, so correction. As of November 2024, this list was made. And so the new administration, which is the Donald Trump administration, will be responsible for the deportation of these individuals. This is the correct numbers. The list goes on. Jamaica sits at the list with 5,120. Mexico, 252,044. Montserrat, 8. Netherlands, Antilles, 6. Nicaragua, 45,995. Panama, 622. St. Kitts, 68. St. Lucia, 202. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, 127. Suriname, 137. Trinidad and Tobago, 1,197. Turks and Caicos, 25. And those are the list of people, as numbers goes, who their deportation orders are waiting for them, and ICE is actively out looking for them to round them up and make sure they are deported. Listen, I said this before and I'll say it again, right? This is going to cause a hell of a strain on a small island like Jamaica. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, yeah, but Jamaica them come from, so send them, go back to Jamaica. Jamaica should be able to handle their citizens. I get it, I understand. But Jamaica is bursting at the seams as it is. And there are many factors here that need to be considered, right? Let's start from the top of my list of things. Seen? With 5,120 people coming in, who I swears they're going to catch, let's say they catch all of them, and they send them back to Jamaica. Let's talk about, first of all, remittance. Many people in Jamaica depend on remittance. Remittance is money that is sent back to Jamaica by Jamaicans who live outside of Jamaica, and a lot of the times that money is being sent by illegal immigrants who are living and working illegally in a foreign country. You know how we do already. Some of us made up our minds that, listen, I got to run, I'm going for it. Until they catch me, I get a little work, I'm going to be sending my money and laying low. If them catch me and them send me back, at least I have something to go back to. In the meantime, my family is back there. They need help also. I'm in a better position even though I'm illegal here. I'm making some money, so I'm sending money back. Remittance for Jamaica was just listed at over 3.3 something billion US dollars. With this money, this many Jamaicans being deported in this early in the game, that remittance money is sure to be cut short. So of course, right away, you're going to have more mouths on the bread in Jamaica, proverbially speaking. Now, let's talk about the health of many of these people who are coming back into Jamaica. Let's talk about their mental health. We don't know who is coming back schizophrenic. We don't know who is coming back manic depressive. We don't know who is coming back messed up in the brain. We don't know who is, coming back physically ill, carrying diseases. We don't know who has been incarcerated and were abused while incarcerated, or has picked up ulterior lifestyles, or are scarred with no healing process and are about to turn loose on the Jamaican population. We don't know their conditions that they're coming back. Those who left long ago, what about them? There are some people among them who left Jamaica a long time ago who are out of touch with Jamaica. They will have trouble reintegrating into Jamaica. Half of them don't know how the system runs in Jamaica. They don't know the value of the money. They don't know how to get about getting a job, getting an interview, getting on with life. They're out of the loop. A lot of them will be coming back without proper support system. And what happens then? A lot of them will be vulnerable individuals. Think about this. With no proper support system, could you imagine stepping off of an airplane and you have nobody there to greet you and you don't know where to go next? That's going to be rough. But criminal gangs and others are waiting to exploit you. Women will end up in prostitution. Some of these people might come back to Jamaica with a drug habit. Immediately they will fall into the criminal underworld, because that's where they will have to go in order to continue to feed their drug habit, unless them plan for just go somewhere, detox and completely change their life instantly, which very rarely happens because addiction is a serious thing. I'm predicting that there will be a rise in crime on the island if criminals decide to stick to what they know and who they are if they are thrown into a survival mode. That's the natural thing to do. Anytime you're thrown in a survival mode, you go to what you know best. So don't expect those who lived in the United States of America under criminality, who were gangsters and stick-up people and drug dealers and, gunslingers and pimps and all these other things, takers. Don't expect them to come and suddenly fix up themselves and start going out to get jobs and hoping that they're hired and beating the pavement and filling out applications online and waiting for interviews. Many of them probably don't even have any skills that are recognizable in Jamaica in order to earn a living in the first place, right? And then again, you also have those who are used to and accustomed to a certain type of lifestyle, used to having money in their pockets, used to driving a nice car, used to not being able or not having to walk anywhere, everything at their fingertips, and won't have that lifestyle anymore. They'll be bucking to have that lifestyle back. So again, I expect with this many, 5,120, I expect to see a rise in crime on the island. And now is a good time to... We've talked about this for years. And I said before, if those who have been following me for a long time can vouch for this, I've said before that Jamaica needed to build a new prison. But don't call it a prison. It shouldn't be a prison. It should be more like a receiving building. And the receiving building, y'all remember me saying this? The receiving building should have multiple floors. First floor, second floor, third floor. Every single person who is deported from a foreign country needs to go to this building and be processed out before they can reach Jamaican soil. In this building is where you would start to separate the people them. A whole heap of Jamaican cuss me and say, man, go suck your mother and move on, go, man. The people them done go through deportation already and, them treat them certain way of foreign. You want people come back at them yard, come get locked up again. Y'all need to listen. Imagine if we had a building, big old building, state-of-the-art building that had everything in it that was needed. You could test and screen people for communicable diseases that could be spread airborne. That mean they won't be coming into the country, cough on two people. Next thing you know, 50,000 people in a Jamaica sick with something them bring back from foreign, right? You don't know who coming back with active tuberculosis. You don't know who is coming back HIV positive and refusing to be on medication. You can't track them. You don't know who is coming back schizophrenic and is about to go lose their shit out there in the streets, murder off some innocent, law-abiding, tax-paying Jamaican citizens. You don't know who is coming back hooked on heroin and is definitely going straight to prostitution and everything else, thieving, murdering to get their fix. So you have to have them in this building, right? Now, in this building is where you would separate them in different numbers or in different groups or categories. For those who, like Auntie Junior and Grandma, who just left your yard and they end up a foreign and they said, me I go stay over here a little bit and work and see if I can straighten myself out, and they end up getting caught. Them just left Jamaica as grown people. Them know the runnings. They're back home. You process them through, you let them out first. For the ones them now who have been found to be sick, you try to get them into a program somewhere where they can get help, some counseling, some medication. A lot of people are deported from foreign sick, and when they get to Jamaica, there's no system in place to help them to get the medication that was keeping them alive or keeping them sane while they were overseas. So them just end up at Jamaica and mad out and become a burden to the system and danger to the people there. This is what I'm talking about. And then those who have been locked in people's prisons and institutions for a while because of they've committed different types of crimes. You have to document these people. Who is a serial rapist? Who is a serial child molester? Who is a vicious murderer who has murdered multiple times? Who has done this, that, and the other? And you track these people, right? This building I spoke of, it sure would be handy to have it now, wouldn't it? Right. So again, the system to receive them that I spoke about for years would be very helpful to have now. House them in groups and different categories. Process them out properly. Track them. Help them with reintegration, re-education, and assistance. Or else, Jamaica, it is going to blow back in our faces. Remember, I know, we're going from 300 and something to 400 and something per year from the United States of America, deported. About 13 to 1500 per year from all countries combined. And now we're at 5,000 and something from the United States of America alone. And this is just the first go round. So you can imagine the amount of people that are going to be coming in. And we're just talking about Jamaica and the US. We're not talking about England when England decides to follow suit now after the US, which they normally do, and start sending those deportation flights again, those charter flights. We're not talking about Canada and all the other places that normally send our citizens back once they catch them. We're just talking strictly USA numbers, and we're already at 5,120. Yes, it's going to be a burden on Jamaica. No, it's not going to be to our benefit. Now, remember in the shutters? Remember when Wayne did get dip in the movie Shutters? If you never watched the movie Shutters before with Sprague Benz and Kimani Marley, go watch the movie there. I don't know if this is art imitating life or life imitating art, but it could be a bit of both. Remember in Shutters when Wayne did get dip and Wayne said, him no come here so fi lay down and feel sorry for himself, right? So what? Extortion start run. Gangsterisms take over. Man is in survival mode. This are the jungle, and the fittest are going to survive, right? We don't want that. We don't want Shutters become a reality to too many who have returned to the island. And guess what? It probably will. Yep. So I'm going to start off the video by saying, but Claude, 5,120. Mind you, these are not people who they're guessing. The order has already been given. These people are to be separated forcefully, deported from the United States of America back to Jamaica as swiftly as possible. Is Jamaica ready for this? Leave your comments in the comment section below. I'll catch you on the next video, and we will definitely be discussing this down the road. All right? One love. Walk good. But remember this too. Not all deportees are criminals, gangster element, them kind of something there. Some people just overstay their time, and that's that. Another thing is, let's lift up off of the stigmatism and looking down on. People get sent back home. If you can, and you're in a position to, help somebody find their way back. All right? That's the only way we're going to survive this thing. I'm out. Hit that subscribe button. Peace.